This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Novello here in the state of Washington, getting ready for a wonderful day of golf. Chambers Bay, the site of the action. And Frank, what can you tell us about this course?
Well, if you're not looking at the golf course today, you can certainly look at the scenery, which is fantastic today. The water is just glistening. Those Olympic mountains are just standing out there in the background. But once your mind drifts back to the golf course, you're going to have your game today. Firm and fast, going to play like a true lynx.
Is the wind a factor?
It is. You get some of those cross breeze holes, then all of a sudden you really better know exactly how you're striking the ball.
Down to the first tee now to get the round going, and a stout par 4, Frank.
Yeah, straight out of the gates. The wind obviously very important here. If you were to play it into a head breeze, this would be just a mammoth hole, just under 500 yards. Fortunately, with a little prevailing breeze, though, it'll shorten up considerably, but we'll bring that bunker on the right in play. I tell you, there's long and long, and that, with a little bit of breeze behind, it's long.
He rode the wind there to payday. He's going to have a good look coming up. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on the easy birdie.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. 1 under early in the round. Ready to tee off here at the second. Frank, what's it all about?
Well, you hit your tee shot here through the dunes, Rich, not overly long, just under 400 yards. The bunker on the left really shouldn't be a problem. Just avoid the dunes on the right and left.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
So close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. At the third tee now, Frank, and what are we staring at here?
This green is anything other than symmetrical, so be very, very cautious on where the flag is. Anything in the middle of the green you can putt to the corners. Well, if you can call them corners, more like ragtails, but beautiful par 3.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. This would be a huge momentum swing. This one's for birdie. Collects another birdie with that stroke and goes to 2 under. Frank, standing here on the 4th tee at Chambers Bay, you can see what this golf course is all about with those dunes on the left and all that sand down on the right. A lot of trouble here.
Yeah, first hole, Rich, really that bends to the right, but he's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there.
Grab the fire extinguisher, put out that ball is on fire. It's melting going through the air. Oh, huge. Huge with a capital H.
Busted that.
Well, par fours, they're not all the same, Rich, but after that tee shot, I guess you can say this one's going to be easy.
That was a beauty right there. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Great effort right there, and a great chance to knock in that short putt. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Oh my goodness, he just missed that. And that was almost tap-in distance. That is a solid par putt. Well, Frank, here at the fifth, and I'm not sure about my chances at a hole that's called free fall. I mean, are you kidding?
Well, should be free fall for you, that's for sure, and free fall for a lot of people playing it today. Hole looks straight away, but you'll see it starts to pinch in, that fairway that is, by bunkers left and right, and those bunkers come in exactly where you're trying to hit your tee shot.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. Gonna need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
About 110 yards to the flagstick, and that's where the hole is, right at the bottom of it. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. And with that putt, he moves to 3 under. Frank, now at the sixth, this appears to be a testing par 4 long one.
It is, but once again, a generous fairway. Just use those mounds down the left as an indicator on your line. Hole bends a little bit to the right. Good tee shot, though, and everything is in front of you.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. Getting set for another approach. Our featured golfer really looks dialed in at this point.
Yeah, right now, this is a great feeling to have as a golfer. Your swing's good, the timing, it's almost like it's just completely natural. You don't have to think. The swing is exactly where you want it to be. So really, you're just looking at the flag in front of you. This looks like it's going to find the target.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. On the 7th tee now, it is over 500 yards from the back tee.
Yeah, this is called humpback, and you can see why. There's all those mounds and undulations between you and the hole, plus all that amazing bunkering down the right side. All to be avoided, really. If you can do that, then you get a decent look at this green. But yeah, you've mentioned it, 500 plus yards. It's going to play longer than that uphill. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, the approach here at the 7th, and there's a lot to consider here.
There is. The green at the front is much wider than what it is at the back. It's almost like a tooth or a molar shape. So, you know, that front portion, when the flag's there, definitely a birdie hole. Just got to be a little cautious when they put the flag on the back.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
You like this one, Frank?
Oh, it's a good one. Safely on.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. In for par, and will sit tight at 4 under. Now to the 8th and a long par 5, Frank.
Fortunately, there's no bunkers, just the dunes either side. The hole looks a little narrow off the tee, but get down there, you're going to realize that's a fairly generous fairway. There's a little bit of mounding in this green, too, that actually slopes it back towards the player. So use that to your advantage.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Now the second shot to the par 5. Safely aboard, about 25 feet from the hole. Getting set now over the putt. That would have been a real bonus had it dropped, but as it is, good putt. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Makes birdie, continuing to amaze on the greens, Frank.
Putted well all day, Rich. Had a couple of good holes early on and just, I think, found the groove. Has taken it to another level. Oh, this is straight at it.
It's a really good line. That will be a great look at birdie. But now a chance for a birdie. Nails it. That is now 6 birdies on the card. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Hit a ball that hard.
That is crushing it beyond all crushing.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Let's see if he can make it 3 in a row.
He can't be that good.
Starting to fill it up now. 2 birdies in a row and 7 under for the championship. Well, here we are at the 11th. Frank, this is a brutally long par 4.
And a little bit blind, too. There's that big dune in the middle of the fairway, and it's sort of a bit daunting. You're not quite sure what's behind that. Well, what is behind that is actually fairway. And just carry it over there. That'll certainly shorten the hole up. And then from there, it's a little bit of a dogleg to the right.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Let's see what the dominant #1 player can do. Rory McIlroy now on the approach shot. Terrific golf shot, and now that for an easy birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Now 8 under on the day. The 12th here at Chambers Bay is known as the Narrows. What's the play here, Frank?
2, really. You could just sort of iron it down there, have a little wedge or a pitch in there with no sweat whatsoever. Or, if you want to have a little bit of fun, if you can drive it over that bunker that's just short left of this green, you might just putt for an eagle.
Oh my goodness, that is on in 1. Wow, what an incredible shot. Lengthy putt here of 27 feet. That's a head scratcher, no other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now at the 13th hole here at Chambers Bay, and Frank, this one bends to the right, par 4.
It doesn't mean that you have to cut it or move the ball in that direction. Ideally, really, anything down the left side of the fairway would be well suited for this hole. There is a central bunker that sort of protects the front middle of this green. You can go in left of that or right of that, but this is a beefy par 4. 4 on the card, and you are not losing ground.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
This would be a huge momentum swing. This one's for birdie. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frank, now to the 14th hole, and this is the 5th consecutive par 4 here at Chambers Bay, and by this point the players will know whether they're on their game or off their game.
At 546 yards, this hole can be shortened considerably if you choose to take a brave line down the left side. You can chew off as much as 70 or 80 yards. But once again here, because the hole bends to the left, you've really got to... Oh, he's winding this one up. Doesn't have the power though. This has exploded off the club face.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Continuing his fine play, another beautiful approach shot. Settles in over the putt. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Just a couple of feet. Routine stuff for Rory, that's a par. At last, Frank, a break from those long par 4s. We just played 5 par 4s in a row. Now the par 3 15th.
And also, as you can see in the distance, you can actually see a tree, one of the few that are on the golf course. Hence the name of 15, it's called Lone Fir. Not overly long, just a little short hole. But in a US Open, obviously they can play it at around 250 yards. It's just a fun par 3. But check where that flag is, because sometimes 3 is a good score here. But an easy flag position, and then go straight at it.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Always like to get the double figures under par. 10 under already. Now to the 16th hole here at Chambers Bay, and Frank, it is a pretty short hole. What are the chances to come out of here with a birdie?
Well, you've just come off the short 15th. You can get on a little bit of a run here, providing you get in the fairway first. You're not going to have an overly long second shot here. But once again, this is a precision hole, a little bit like 15. This is a tabletop green, so you're going to have to be right on the money with that second shot.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Frank, what's the danger here on the approach to the 16th, considering the green is really pretty small?
Well, obviously it's a short par 4, so you know that the problem's going to happen up ahead, and that's exactly what it does. This is probably one of the smallest, narrowest greens at Chambers Bay, and you can see it slopes dramatically from left to right. That has to be taken into consideration with the second shot.
He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does.
Let the birdie blitz begin.
Just 2 holes left to play. Now a par 3, the 17th, 218 yards, and all sorts of trouble, Frank, down that right.
Well, if you weren't beached at the 16th, then there's a chance you can be derailed, which is what this hole's called, at 17. Difficult par 3, you can see the bunker there in front, and once again, wind conditions. This is going to probably require one of the best tee shots, especially in the closing stages of the US Open.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie. You know what's better than 2 birdies in a row?
What's that?
3. That's what he's going for.
That's a turkey in bowling, isn't it?
He's no turkey.
Chalk that up as a birdie for the scorecard. Now to the 18th hole. Frank, everyone wants to finish in style.
Yeah, the home hole here, once again you head back to just a wonderful view, and you realize that Chambers Bay was designed as a walk-in golf course, and it was designed to have fun and test every department in your game. 18 will do that. It probably gives you more trouble on both sides of the hole than any other hole on the golf course.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway.
Well, with a good shot here, Rich. This eagle on the cards, hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. Not a gimme, but well within his range. This has a good ring to it. -14. Frank, you have to like what you saw out there today.
I certainly did. Swing is excellent right now. Stroke, there's nothing wrong with that. Really, just it's a case of getting out of your own way. I mean, the opportunities ahead now, chance to win, just they have to be so motivating.